Do you know what, Simon? I'm back from the start. Oh, Jason, I'm glad you're back. Good. Glad you're back here, Jason. So, for now on, Jason, the overpass is still under attack, so if we get into that point where we all were, so we just get into the overpass that we ever seen. So, we've seen a lot of few people in this particular, so we will now know it's true, so we'll just get into that particular quickly before things is going to show up in the other plans. So Jason, I hope we should get into that particular plans here so that we'll know what's going on afterwards for some reason. So what I'm physically talking about is I found something realistic to other people. So we'll now know that something is going on with the other plans that we always never seen in our lives. So for some reason, Jason, we have just getting to that point. So okay, Jason, I just downloaded the database, just getting to that point where we all were, and then we just get into this point where we all were. So we just make the ways to. Well, there is a few problems that the overpass is still under attack because they continue into protesting. They're about to protest everything that John has done something to the overpass. So we just have to make the ways that we can do. Although, Jason, if we can just get ourselves in mind, so what they have to do now, Jason, is to take care of everything what we had to do. So we had to make everything suffered. Because for now on, the MWF thugs might have suffered everybody in the overpass. So we can't let the MWF thugs win. So we have to push forward and take care of the MWF. So we know it's true, so we can make our own ways to give it the other hand. So something it must have done like that for the reason. For some reason though, Jason, we couldn't get held by anybody else who gets away from that course. So we need to know what's going on, and we have to get into that point for where we all were. So we just get into that point where we all started. So we're getting started all the time. So we get into that point there, Jason. But we get to know what we are going to do. Because we didn't know what we are trying to do is all the time. Okay. Okay, I just downloaded the database. For some reason, Jason, I have just admit it to try, because we just get into that point where we are doing. So when I'm physically getting there to whatever that is, so I had just admitted to the I just connected to the summit where everybody else who gets to that point where we were, so we never know what's going on with it, haven't we? So first of all, Jason, I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking about where all these people, whoever had their chances to retrieve the other partials, because we have our partials as we speak. But though, we got them all right. Okay, I'll see what I can do now, Jason. So first of all, and by the way, Jason, what did they said? What did they said to us? Do you know what are they said now? Do you know, Jason? Oh yeah, they said all the gangs are about to protect the overpass, so they're getting ready and gets to the South Carolina to Overpass. So they're about to attack the MWF thugs. From now on, Simon, they're about to attack them. So we physically get in there as we speak. So we now know some of the few problems that we speak for. So actually, Simon, we're on the top score. But we're on the top score as we speak. But for now on, Simon, we didn't get to know what we are going to do for after this point. So, for some reason, Simon, I think they said they're about to get to the overpass and attack the MWF. So the MWF might be defeated. So we had to defeat the MWF. Just because sometimes we had to advise for anyone else who gets to weigh into this point. Because one of the judge of courts, men who hadn't got their minds up, and they're taking their ways to protect the overpass, whoever get into that point where we all were. But this is what we are going to do to stop them. So we have to protect the overpass. So we need to take care of what we need it for. Because if we don't, we lose. We will lose our times as we speak. Because as we know about it, then there is not enough to retrieve everything what they had to do. So we just make our ways to giving a self up in their minds. So making a whole mind games. Just in case and anybody else who gets into it. They're about to grab their attention, so then here is the deal. But what we are were, or what we not were. So this is what we are understand about what the situation has been caused about. Everything. It may not been suffered all the time. Okay, Simon. In that case, we're just gonna head over to the on the dark sides. So then we'll retrieve the package so as we speak. So we will now know what we are gonna do, right? Yeah, I see, Jason. Whoever that was, so we have to stop the attack of Overpass, but for some reason we didn't get to that what we all were. So for some reason though, Jason, I couldn't even get to that point where we all were. So if this is what we are gonna do to stop them. So we didn't get to that point what we all were, so we could stop the overpass and take care of the MWF. So we don't want them to take over the South Carolina province in the overpass. So we had to do this. But we are still in the active. But we are still active. But we can do this a lot. So let's just do this right now before things is gonna get worse. So let's see what we can do to stop them. But this is what we were. So I now know this is going to be so different between the other sides, or in the side, whoever that is. So we'll never know what's going on. We never know what's going on in our lives. So we'll get to that point where we were. So we just get into that point where we're just doing it. But our plans is we get into that point what we are doing. So then we'll get to that. Yep. That's the case. The plan's right there. Get to that point what we are doing. We'll get to that what we are doing now though. So basically now, Simon, if we get to that point, it's on our board. On our plan board. If we get to that point here, we get it to download in our databases.